As we're still seeing folks coming online and getting all their audio together. My name is Kevin Primus. As many of you know, I'm the current year's president for the Rotary E-Club of District 7710. We are excited that we were recently chartered as of July 15th, and even more excited that our treasurer, Ed Gomes, is back in the United States, sharing his wisdom and insight from the land of China.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone who's coming to visit for the first time. What we like to do is just to briefly introduce ourselves so that we know who's on the call. GoToMeeting offers to us the opportunity to see attendees who log in online, but a lot of times if you call in, you won't appear on the attendees list. And if you're a Rotarian, we want to make sure that you are getting credit for attending a meeting. It might be a makeup meeting, it might just be visiting. But we also just want to acknowledge you and thank you for visiting and representing your club. If you're a visitor, we also want to just welcome you to participate as if you are a member. We will have a program today. We'll have a few announcements. We like to give most of the time to our speaker, and then we have question and answer. So feel free to jump right in. You're welcome to visit as many times as you want. And if you find out this is something that you're interested in, we'd love to invite you to membership. So I see online, what I'd like to do, if you have your attendees list and you're online, we'll go through first just through in order. I'll start and then I'll go to Joyce McKinney. I'm Kevin Primus, as I said. I'm here in Durham, North Carolina. Joyce McKinney, where are you? And give us a sentence about yourself.
Joyce McKinney, also in Durham, North Carolina, and I am a member of the Southwest Durham Rotary Club.
Andrew, can you unmute and introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Andrew Kerr. I'm the current president of the Research Triangle Park Rotary Club, and tonight I'm actually in Chapel Hill.
Glad you admitted that. Ed.
Ed Gomes, Durham, North Carolina. I am currently the treasurer of the newly chartered club.
Emily, are you with us? It says offline, so I think Emily's trying to come back online. We can come back to Emily. Gian.
Hello, this is Gian Jack. I am currently in Durham, North Carolina.
Emily, are you with us now? Emily's still getting her audio together. Joe Reardon.
Hi, I'm from the North Durham Club, and I'm the District Polio Plus Chair.
Fantastic. Joyce, are you with us? Joyce Jimenez is here with us. I don't see her audio, so maybe she can't talk right now. And I'm thinking that she's in the Triangle, but I don't remember which town.
She is in Burlington if she's home right now after working as a nurse.
Burlington, another good town. The Triad. North Carolina. Kelly Norman, are you with us?
I am here. I am Kelly Norman from the Clayton Morning Club.
And are we going to hear more from you a little later, Kelly?
Yes.
That's exciting. Michael.
Yeah, I'm here.
Where are you?
Where am I? I'm home.
Home in Durham, North Carolina?
I'm actually in Durham for a week or two. Leaving again tomorrow, but I'm here today.
Well, we're glad you could be with us. Richard, are you with us? Richard is in a storm right now. Shanika.
Hello, I'm Shanika Johnson, and I am in Cary, North Carolina.
Well, welcome. Welcome. I think there may be some other folks who aren't on our list. If you are calling in and we didn't call on you, can you introduce yourself and tell us where you are right now?
Hey, this is Eve Marion. I am calling in from North Durham, North Carolina, and I am trying to get my computer up and running right now. So.
Well, we're glad you're here. Anyone else? Well, if we missed you and you want to introduce yourself at the end of the meeting, that would be great. I want to turn it over briefly to Jeanne to cover any important announcements that we have before she turns it over to, I believe Eve may be introducing our speaker.
Yes. So hello, everyone. This is Jeanne. I'm Secretary and President-elect of our Rotary E-Club. We're really excited that that you're all here tonight to share this program with us. So a couple of our club updates. We have our charter celebration on August 13th, Thursday at Vandana's home. So if we sent out the RSVP through for those who were all included in our Google groups. If you haven't been, just let me know. Please RSVP through the Evite, and we're looking forward to that celebration together to when we were officially chartered on July 15th. We have one of our service projects to help out the area is our Fill That Bus, and I believe I heard someone say that he's the chair for Fill That Bus. Is that right?
I heard a Polio Plus, which does rhyme with Fill That Bus.
Funny how that works. So Fill That Bus on Saturday, August 15th in Durham at the Sam's Club at South Square off of 15501 is still looking for volunteers. So if you don't already have that link, I include that in some of our email updates. We can get that back to you after tonight's meeting. So feel free to sign up. There's 2-hour shifts for that day on Saturday, August 15th, and you can bring your brother, sister, friend, neighbor, significant other, cousin. Feel free to bring others with you to help volunteer for this great event. And then
also a plug for Polio Plus.
And then Global Run for Water the event will be held on September 27th, and I'm proud that the Rotary E-Club will be a pint sponsor. So we will be donating some money, as we'll also be receiving some money for our water project, and we'll have several of our members also running in that in the Run for Water. So that if you know anyone who would like to be a sponsor, there's still sponsorship opportunities for Global Run for Water, and I'll send more information about signing up to be a participant for sponsor and a runner as well. So the E-Club will be, when we sign up, we'll be, I believe, just signing up individually, so we won't be signing up as a group, so that people can sign up individually. Just note that they're in the E-Club, and we'll be there to represent. And that's very exciting. So I spoke very quickly, but I hope, Eve, you have your computer up.
I do.
Okay, so I'm going to pass it over to Eve for introduction of our speaker tonight.
Great. Thanks, Jeanne. Tonight we'd like to welcome Kelly Norman. Kelly lives in Clayton, North Carolina with her husband Pete and their yellow lab Seeger. Kelly has worked in the technology industry for 15 years, including working on the Blu-ray campaign and renovating all major stadiums with audio-video distribution systems in North Carolina and across the United States. She is currently a corporate executive with Best Buy, specializing in the professional sports vertical. I hope you can explain that. I'm not really sure what that means, but that sounds really cool. Kelly became a Rotarian 2 years ago, and since joining, she has become a chairman of 2 district committees, hosted 2 foreign exchange students, and went on 2 global water projects for District 7710. She enjoys mostly sharing the joy she has found within Rotary International, and we're really looking forward to hearing from you tonight, Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you. Can everybody hear me?
Yes. And before Kelly goes, I'm going to ask if we can mute our microphones, and then when it's time for question and answer, you can unmute. I'm sorry, Kelly, go ahead.
So the lucky ones on the webcam see that yellow lab I was talking about as he lays behind me. He's used to working from home with me, so anytime I'm in this room, he comes and he participates. So I want to talk about how I got into youth exchange. I have no kids. I am a newlywed somewhat. I've been married for 5 years, and our club had a need for another host for a boy from France, and this was last year. And I thought, is this something that I want to do? Is this something that I'm capable of? And do they have to eat 3 times a day? I don't really do this kid thing very well. So we decided to jump in and go for it. And it changed my life. And I knew right away that I wanted to get involved in this committee and share the joy that I found within this program. I will tell you from a district perspective where we stand amongst our peers. We have this year, we sent back 4 kids that came from other countries. This current year, we are accepting 3 kids, and we're sending out 2 of our own. Most districts, when I have to go to my conference in Pennsylvania every July, I didn't know what we were lacking until I went and I sat amongst our peers. Most districts host about 20 to 25 kids a year. So when I heard that this program was not very well participated in our district, that I knew I wanted to get involved. So the reason is people are scared to host. They don't know what to expect, which is very odd because it's one of the most recognizable forms of Rotary amongst the youth. But yet our own Rotarians in our district are very unfamiliar with the program or even are unaware that it even exists. So that's the gap that I want to try to bridge. And just to let you know, our club last year, we netted 23 new members. So we actually had 31 new members and 8 left. So we had 23 new members, and 8 of them were a result of the Youth Exchange program. So I want to try to talk today about the logistics of the program. Everybody knows what it is, but I'll go into a little bit more detail, but mainly about how it can affect your membership of all ages. So you are a form of a U.S. diplomat. I feel like I'm serving my country by hosting foreign exchange students. They only see what they see on CNN or the BBC about America, us invading countries, or that we all live like Kim Kardashian, which is not the case. So I feel like we're doing a bit of U.S. diplomacy by teaching them that we're everyday people, we're hard workers, we have multiple jobs, multiple hats, we're all trying to, do time management. We don't all have these excessive lifestyles that they see on the TV because that is what they all think about us. We don't eat McDonald's every dinner. But it is the quickest way to tell the Rotary story. So when I'm dropping her off at a friend's house, people say, how did you get into this? What organization is she from? It's the quickest in to speak about Rotary to strangers. Also around her school, people who have now hosted who were non-Rotarians are now Rotarians. So again, it's a great membership tool. There are 16, is everybody still there?
Still there.
Okay, all right.
Can you hear us?
Yes, okay, I think people are jumping back on the web. So there are 16 exchange programs in North Carolina. We work with 10 counties because we span throughout the district, so from Chapel Hill all the way to Dunn. So we work with those 10 school superintendents to get our kids into the school system. Out of the 16 exchange students, or the exchange programs, they are all for profit except for Rotary. That is one of the things that I'm most passionate about, is the fact that we are
volunteer ran, and we are volunteer hosts. We do not do this for money. Yet, out of the 16 exchange programs in the state, we are the most respected amongst school leaders. They know that we vet our students and they're going to be the top performers in the school. They know that their attendance is important, and we hold them to a very high standard. So when we call and make those superintendent phone calls to get these kids a slot, we have no problem. And that is one of the things I'm most proud of. We have different, some people can speak English when they get here very well. Some people can't. Max from France did not speak English hardly at all. But Cami from Argentina and most of the other ones are very fluent. So you have English lessons, and you actually teach them a lot more, mainly about our culture, about diversity, religion, our history. But you actually learn just as much as you teach. They teach you about their culture, about their differences, and it's a great, great way to kind of get to know the world and other cultures. You become more accepting of differences as they do as well. So I think there's no better time in this world to become more tolerant of people's differences and to come together as one world. And youth exchange, it feels like the world is so small when you have kids from Iceland and Brazil and Argentina and Thailand all together that at any point, you know, they have a friend across the world and they're going to go visit each other. It's not always the big experiences. So Rotary does a very good job of showing them different things around America while they're here. They all go on a Disney World trip where the entire park is exchange students from across the country. So it's great that they get to see that. They always go to New York, and I try to get them to DC, but it really isn't always about the big experiences. I can tell you that Cammie's favorite thing while she was in the U.S. was having peanut butter for the first time. So it's not always the big stuff. It's their first chocolate chip cookie or a piece of apple pie, or their first day at a high school. Most of these kids come from very small villages where their classmates are 25 people, and they come to America and their classmates are 550 people. Their school has 2,000 kids, so that's quite the change for them. Again, you get to meet Rotarians from all over the country, all over the world through youth exchange, and it's really a very tight-knit community. And if you're looking for a way to jump into Rotary, by far, this is the best way to do it. Nothing says international like the International Student Exchange, where you are just immersed with people from other countries, and they're all connected through Rotary. And then you get the lasting friendships with the students and with the family, and you hope to keep in contact throughout years. One of my favorite things is on the RI page, they always have youth exchange reunions. A lot of people use the Rotary International Convention for it, where they just plan on meeting there every year. So that's great. So the logistics of how the program works. There's two different types of exchanges. There's a long-term and a short-term. The long-term is a complete school year, so from August to June. And they're gone, and the parents have the full price of sending a student, whether that's an American going out of the country or the other country student coming to America. The families pay for that full price. It normally is between $10,000 to $12,000, depending on which country. So these are usually, like I said, the cream of the crop of students. The family isn't going to send anybody. They're going to make sure that they're vested. So that's the long-term program. We like to have at least the minimum is 2 host families, so that they get two different experiences. Not everyone lives a lifestyle where, like me, where I work from home. There might be people who have to go to an office Monday through Friday. So it's good for them to see different times. We prefer 3 families, which would be 3 months each of people hosting. We also have a short-term exchange where it is after high school is over and it's their summer. So July and August. It's only a 2-month exchange. It's a lot less money. and you can go to any country. So we also have that. We don't really play in that space a lot, but we're trying to grow this program together. The way that it works is each student, the only money that it costs of Rotary is a $100 stipend that the student gets for the school lunch. Everything else is either up to their family's discretion. If they usually send them with money for food, or the host family would pay for their dinner and their breakfast, but their school lunch is taken care of from Rotary, and that is from the club level, not the district. So in order for a student to come here, they have to have a host club, and that host club has to have a $1,000 line item on their budget. $100 a month, they're here for 10 months, that's where that money comes from. We are trying to ask for about $1,300 to $1,500 from the club so that they can be a RILA student, and that club would pay for that. And also for any extra activities, so it takes a little bit less burden off of the host family. If we all want to get together and go rock climbing on a Sunday in Cary, we don't want that expense to the host family because we want more people to get into the program and host. I'll stop there and ask for any questions. Is there any questions